Simon, I'd love for to start with you talking a little bit about the work that you did on the Human Genome Project. How did that experience shape you as a scientist and what you do today?
Um, it was a fantastic experience. I think quite often when you're that close to history, you don't realize that you're making it. And certainly I think I was a research tech when I first started. I was the 53rd member of the Sanger Institute in the UK, which sequenced a third of the human genome. And I think there's probably 1,500 individuals there now. So it was very, very early in the Sanger's development. And because I was there early, I was able to see the Human Genome Project sort of develop as a large, collaborative, coordinated sort of effort where everyone pulled together towards a common goal. And I think it was, we had some interesting times. We had the emergence of Solera and Craig Venter into the competitive space, which was interesting both scientifically and politically. But it really galvanized those of us who were working on the Human Genome Project, and it was thousands of people involved in it. And so I think it had a lasting impression upon me with respect to the value of team science, the value of sort of flat administrative structures where everyone felt engaged in science, and sort of really framed my perspective of how science should be carried out going forward.
Simon, maybe I can follow up on that because you really have been, while leading your own, great lab, you've been a very collaborative scientist. Within Duke, you and I have worked together on cardiovascular disease together, but also outside of Duke. Can you talk a little bit about how you view team science and collaborations?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the main things that I'm sort of known for, and we can get on to talk about single cell and spatial, and people just assume that I work on just direct the core, but my own science has been heavily involved in multiple sclerosis and then Alzheimer's disease, autism, and then brain tumors more recently. And it's pretty apparent that we can't carry out this sort of science as basic scientists from my own perspective without the engagement with physician scientists, without clinicians, without statisticians, bioinformaticians, etc. And so for my own neurological disease research, those collaborations have just been fantastic for pushing the science forward. And again, it's sort of this team science approach. With respect to the core, I don't see the point in developing or instituting technologies that don't benefit everyone. There's no point in being siloed away with respect to technology. I think it's, the rising tide sort of analogy benefits all those who are carrying out disparately related science, but the technology may be really important for other people you just haven't thought about.